What is up, you guys? It's RJ. We are back with some IZ*ONE. So we're finally checking out what I think is a guide, or if not a guide, it is a video that you guys recommended pretty heavily in the comments. This is a story of IZ*ONE, the last produced group by Rice Squad. So yeah, I think there was another video that you guys suggested as well that I'm probably going to end up doing in the future. Because I don't know what type of video this is. I don't know if this is about just the story of them or if this is like your typical guide where it goes person by person. If it's not that kind of video, then I'll definitely end up checking out the other one that was suggested pretty heavily. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. Asian theory. Lee Chan. Kim Minju, the Chewy girl. The girl that I kept seeing looked like Chewy. Chaewon. Honda Hitomi. Okay. Kang Haewon. So there is another Haewon. Hwan Yunbi. Ibuki Nako. An Yujin. Choi-Yena. How badly am I butchering these names? Cho-Yuri. Miyawaki Sakura. Jang Won-Yeon. Okay. I'm intrigued. What is this going to be? Exposition, Act 1.
In January of 2016, a hot new reality competition premiered on Mnet. 101 trainees from various companies would compete against each other on a show called Produce 101. The 11 finalists would go on to debut in a group by Mnet and CGAM themselves, known as IOI. The group went to find immediate success, so much so that they were one of the only groups who could stand up against juggernauts like Twice and Blackpink. Unfortunately, their success was short-lived, as they were built as a temporary group. In January 2017, like cherry blossoms in spring, IOI faded into disbandment. Mnet knew they hit a gold mine, so they did it again with Produce 101 Season 2. 101 went on to debut and become a monster boy group with huge commercial success. Now with Mnet's pockets significantly filled with coins, they said, hey, let's run it back one more time. But instead of 1-year contracts, let's do 2.5 years. Also, Japan has the second biggest music market in the world. If we could somehow get into that Japanese market, that would mean even more coin for our pockets. So
wait, so the first term of these groups that came from this show were to last for a year and some months? How do you even how? Because didn't he say that they were like, oh, let's bring it back and extend the term to 2.5 years? 2.5 years already seems short. Like, how many times are you coming back in a year? That's crazy.
Brand new Produce 101 season was airing, but this time with a twist. It would be with 96 contestants, with 57 from Korean agencies and 39 from Japan, specifically the Japanese supergroup AKB48 and their sister groups. And for 12 episodes, 96 girls battled it out with the hopes that they could one day debut as one of the 12 finalists on the show. The show featured several big names like Lee Kaun from After School and Chang Gyori from Fromus 9. Then there was Matsui Jurina and Miyawaki Sakura, who were both already superstars in Japan. The show and competition was filled with laughs, with new friendships, with tears, and tons of hwasa. I mean Subway.
Hey.
I mean, I make it.
I make it. Boom.
We love Wasa.
With the final episode, they were finally ready to announce the final members of the new girl group. It started with Kim Minju from Urban Works, the same company of Filipino K-pop idol Krisha Chu. She finished at 11th place. Minju, who was born February 5th, 2001, went on to become one of the visuals for the group. Coming in 10th place was Kim Chaewon from Willem Entertainment, known for her beautiful voice and fairy/angel-like appearance, even earning her the nickname Angel Chaewon.
Oh.
If they ever made a movie about a Korean Disney princess, she would look like Chaewon. Chaewon was born August 1st, 2000 and would go on to be the lead vocalist and lead dancer. Next was Honda Hitomi at 9th place from AKB48. Unlike some of the other Japanese contestants on the show, Hitomi was not a big name. She was a smaller idol on AKB48's Team 8, a group she had to share with 39 other members. She debuted in 2014 at the age of 12. Hitomi, or Hichan, gained prominence for her unique appearance, voice, and of course, her round cheeks. She was born October 6, 2001 and went on to debut as the lead dancer. Kang Haewon from 8D Creative finished at 8th place. Haewon had a rocky, unstable start at the beginning of the show, earning her an F rating in her first ranking. However, her rapid improvements and her cult-like following catapulted her to the top of the rankings in popularity. Her adoption and loving friendship with Japanese trainee Minami was also heartwarming to see. Rap god Haewon was born July 5th, 1999, and she went on to debut as a rapper and visual. Eunbi from Willem Entertainment went and finished at 7th place. Eunbi had actually already started her K-pop career years ago in 2014 as Kazu in Yeah. She eventually left the group and joined Willem sometime later. On the show, she was a great dancer, but she was an even better leader. She gained popularity for her resemblance to Red Velvet's Irene. Born September 27th, 1995, she debuted as the leader, main dancer, and mother of the group. Yabuki Nako from HKT48 finished at 6th place. Nako was a prominent member of HKT48 and ranked 9th in AKB48's 2018 general election. Naki was notable for being the shortest trainee in the whole entire competition.
Oh, is she the one that I say is like so cute?
She exploded in popularity all thanks to one line in her performance of Love Whisper.
She's so cute. Wow.
The world was blown away by her cute appearance and voice, never dropping out of the top 9 since that performance.
Wow.
Born in June 18, 2001, Nako debuted as a vocalist for the group. An Yujin from Starship Entertainment came in 5th place, the second youngest member of the group. Even before debuting, Yujin had already made a name for herself, starring in commercials since she was young. Born September 1st, 2003, Yujin debuted as a lead vocalist and lead dancer. Chae Yena from Yuehua Entertainment finished at 4th place. Since the beginning, Yena was a popular contestant known for her silly humor and fun personality. She was also probably the best all-rounder in the competition. She could sing, she could dance,
yeah, she has a
had
presence.
visuals, and of course, she had spits of fire. Not to mention, she was the strongest trainee of the show. Is there anything Yena can't do?
Born September 29, 1999, she became the main rapper, lead vocalist, and lead dancer.
Woo. Next was Jo Yori from Stone Music. She originally got noticed from her time in Idol School, the show that eventually went on to form Fromis 9, but it looked like her getting eliminated from Idol School was a blessing in disguise as she went on to finish in 3rd place. Known for her beautiful, silky smooth vocals, Yuri was one of the, if not the best vocalists in the competition. Born on October 22nd, 2001, she debuted as the main vocalist. With the addition of Yuri, the Jo Yuri's trio was finally complete. As 10 names were read and 10 girls took their seats among the top 12, there was a standoff for 2nd and 1st place.
Oh wow, really?
In the left corner, Miyawaki Gadkura. Often noted as one of the most popular Japanese idols outside of Twice's J Trinity, Sakura had been in the limelight ever since she was a little girl. She was just 14 when she debuted for Japan's HKT48. She was catapulted into stardom, becoming one of Japan's biggest idols, even securing 3rd place in AKB48's general election in 2018. For the music video and performance of Nekoya, Sakura was voted as the original center. If Sakura's bias Irene was the original visual, then Sakura was the original center. She was clear-cut the most popular contestant of the competition. In the right corner, Tang Wonyoung, the born-to-be idol,
Yeah, literally,
the natural
though.
center. And what's crazy is that she was only 13 years old when Produce 48 premiered,
That's crazy.
making her one of the youngest contestants of the show. Standing at 5'8", she's easily the tallest member of the competition, towering over everybody else. She was jokingly referred to as the giant baby because of her very likable personality, her surprisingly very impressive English skills.
Hey guys, nice to meet you. We are Ice1 and I hope you enjoy the show.
I had no idea she could speak English.
Thank you.
To her 애교,
국민 프레스님, 내가 다 가질 거야. 내가 다 가질 거야.
she was able to capture the
She has like
hearts
an it
of the
factor about
general
her.
public and everyone who saw her. So who would be the center of the group?
축하합니다. 스타쉽 장원영 연습생.
Oh, she got first.
Wonyoung would go on to debut in the coveted center position and the maknae of the group,
Wow.
and Sakura as the secondary center, visual, and dad of the group. All that was left to fill was 12th place, the last roster spot, where Han Cho-won from Cube would go up against Lee Taeyeon from WM.
Oh God.
Taeyeon, like Yana, was an incredible all-rounder, but where she really stood out was dancing.
Yes. I need to see that performance.
Taeyeon was easily, by far, the best dancer of the competition, bar
Not
none.
surprised.
Produce 48 would make Taeyeon's third survival show, making a previous appearance on K-Pop Star 3, where she failed to win, and on 16, where she failed to debut with twice. Failure on her third survival show
Wow.
would likely be the end of her idol dreams.
Ugh.
And with her eyes filled with tears and suspense in the air, in what seemed like hours, they finally announced the name of the 12th member.
WM 이채연 연습생.
Oh my God, that would make me cry. Seriously, I don't think I can't watch these kind of shows. Like seriously, I can't watch this kind of stuff because like this would like ruin me. Like I appreciate the hell out of these kind of shows where it brings these people who are so talented together so they can like debut and like make their dreams come true. But the stress. I just like had a foot in Boys Planet, but I didn't watch the whole thing because I was like, I refuse to get to the end of the show and start weeping because people aren't making it and people that I want to get into this, like the group, are not getting into the group. So I kind of like looked, but I stayed out of it. I could not do this. And especially because I've gotten into IS1 now and I really like Chaeyeon, and the fact that like she was the 12th member or the 12th one announced and up at the last, like watching her face in that moment, like I could not do this. Nope.
Taeyeon would debut as the main dancer of the group.
I'm so happy for her, but like, that's crazy. The stress.
12 girls would finally come together as one, and thus, IZ*ONE was born.
Oh, nice.
아이즈원.
So crazy.
Set to debut in October 29, 2018, IZ*ONE had one of the most anticipated and hyped debuts for a girl group, well, ever. No K-pop girl group in history had been as popular and well known as IZ*ONE. Each of the girls were
Damn, really?
already stars even before releasing their first song, and IZ*ONE did not disappoint.
La 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 love and rose.
I love the hell out of this
With the release
song.
of Lavi and Rose, they were breaking records left and right. They broke the record for the most views of a K-pop girl group's debut within 24 hours,
Really?
garnering 4.5 million views. They broke the record for the most first-day sales by a debuting K-pop girl group. Then, 10 days later, they became the fastest girl group of all time to win a music show.
Wait, I like this cute little version of Lavi and Rose.
Their album Colorize would go on to sell 282,000 units and was certified platinum.
Damn.
The album became the second best-selling debut album by a girl group of all time.
Damn.
IZ*ONE was here, and they were ready to dominate the K-pop world. Their Japanese single Tsukito Iwasatai would go on platinum in Japan.
I don't think I've heard that.
넌 나의 별이다.
Their next album, Hard Eyes, came out on April 1st, 2019, and would go on to sell 315,000 units, becoming the 20th best-selling album on Gaon. Their single, Violetta, would win 7 music show wins.
Damn.
They then did a collaboration with English producer Jonas Blue with the single, Rise. On June 7th, they went on their first concert tour, Eyes on Me, which had several sold-out shows. And on July 6th, they made their US debut in KCON, New York. then once again in KCON LA.
You're telling me they couldn't extend this
From
contract?
June to September, they released another 2 successful Japanese singles in Buenos Aires and Vampire. Hit after hit, success after success,
And they
sales
couldn't
upon
extend this
sales,
contract?
IZ*ONE was on top of the K-pop world, standing up to massive girl groups like Twice, Blackpink, and Red Velvet.
Come on now.
IZ*ONE's third album, Blue Eyes, was set to release November 11th. They were growing exponentially by the second. It seemed like IZ*ONE was unstoppable. That was until it hit.
Why'd this get scary all of a sudden? Crisis?
Controversy is brewing over speculation that viewers' votes on an idol audition show hosted by Mnet, a music cable channel, were fabricated.
저희 취재 결과 구속된 담당 PD는 전체 4개 시즌 가운데 최근 2시즌에서 결과를 조작한 혐의를 인정한 걸로 확인됐습니다.
One of the biggest scandals to hit the Korean entertainment industry.
Ooh.
July 19th, several viewers of Produce X101, the sequel to Produce 48, suspected that the votes were being manipulated throughout the season,
Why, though?
specifically in the finale. Many viewers suspected the same with Idol School and Produce 48. Netizens stated that the final result did not make sense and did not align with what the general public voted. They complained about the unfair results of the Japanese trainees and some of the Korean trainees like Kaun and Choan. Netizens were especially suspicious of Sakura's final ranking, despite coming out first in the polls from various online websites, being first in the online trends, and being first in focus cam views. Many people thought her final position was not an accurate measurement of her popularity.
Two
Interesting.
producers of a famous audition show have been arrested for alleged vote rigging.
On November 5th, 2019, the producers of the Produce series, An Jun-young and Kim Young-bum, were arrested for vote manipulation. Eventually, An, Kim, and representatives from Starship, Willem, AT Creative, and Around Us Entertainment were indicted for charges including obstruction of business, fraud, and bribery.
Oh, so they really did
Even
it?
though the girls were not at fault, they were the ones who had to suffer. Immediately, X1 and IZ*ONE's activities were halted. Showcases, promotions, guest appearances
that's what
were
happened to,
all
X1.
put on hold. Endorsements and brand deals were cancelled. X1 and IZ*ONE would enter an indefinite hiatus. The future of both groups became increasingly unclear.
Damn. That's fucked up.
On January 6, 2020, X1 disbanded. And it seemed like IZ*ONE would follow suit. From the top of the K-pop world to now being inches away from disbandment, it looked like this was it. And this was the end for IZ*ONE.
That's interesting because I remember when, I didn't pay attention to X1 like that, but I remember when the group was formed and I remember when the group disbanded and it was like a whole thing because of vote manipulation. I didn't realize that it was this vote manipulation that was also related to IZ*ONE as well. Dang, that's crazy.
Or was it? Against all odds, IZ*ONE would stay together and come back with their long-awaited single, Fiesta, and their first full album, Bloom Eyes. And not only did they come back, they made their return bigger and stronger than ever.
So how come they were
This
able
scandal served
to?
to be free promotion for IZ*ONE and only made the general public yearn more for IZ*ONE. IZ*ONE was built as a temporary group, disbanding after 2.5 years. Sometimes you don't know what you got till it's gone, and many people realized they couldn't take IZ*ONE for granted any longer. Every single song on Bloom Eyes, even their B-side, would go on to chart in the top 200 in the Gaon charts.
Damn.
Known for probably being their best album, Bloom Eyes would not just dominate, it would completely obliterate the competition, selling 493,000 albums, making Bloom Eyes, at the time of its release, the best-selling girl group album in Gaon history. With only a year left in their contract, IZ*ONE tried to make the best of their short time remaining. Just 4 months later, in June of 2020, IZ*ONE would go and have another comeback with Oniric Diary, and its lead single Secret Story of the Swan. Oniric Diary would be their best-selling album with 548,000 sales. At the time of its release, it would take the number 2 spot of best-selling girl group albums in Gaon history. To finish off 2020, on December 7th, IZ*ONE released their 5th and last album, One Reeler, Act 4, with IZ*ONE's very last single, Panorama. Once again, IZ*ONE would dominate with 464,000 sales. IZ*ONE would finish the year as the second best-selling girl group of 2020. It was a bittersweet year for IZ*ONE and IZ*ONE fans. Within 2 years, IZ*ONE became one of the greatest girl groups in K-pop history. But because of the Mnet scandal and the pandemic, their time with their fans was cut severely short. IZ*ONE had one last activity before disbandment in 2021. On March 13, 2021, IZ*ONE would go and hold their final concert. The Story. With this concert, IZ*ONE had one last moment and concert to share with their fans. They shared their music, they shared their talents, they shared some smiles, they shared some laughs. But in the last couple minutes of the concert, we shared tears as they said their final goodbyes to the fans that gave them so much love.
진짜 마지막으로 위즈원 다시 돌아오지 않을 소중한 하루하루를 저희 아이즈원과 함께 해줘서 너무너무 고마워요. 너무너무 행복했어요. 감사합니다.
Catch your breath, girl.
アイズワンになったことを後悔した日は一日もないし、とても幸せな日々でした。終わりが決まっているんだと、いつか来るんだと心のどこかでは分かっていても、それでも必死で駆け抜けてきた最高の2年半でした。 그래도 오늘이 끝나도 저희가 오늘이 끝나도 저희가 아이즈원이었다는 게 변함이 없듯이 우리 위즈원도 변함없이 위즈원이었다는 거 잊지 말아주세요.
Full of emotion and with tears in their eyes, the leader, Eunbi, would introduce the final and last time IZ*ONE would take the stage. But much to IZ*ONE's surprise, the fans would pull out the Uno reversal card and sing their goodbyes to IZ*ONE.
I was gonna say, how are they supposed to stay composed? Wow, it's so beautiful. She just sat there. I'm glad they had such a great time as IZ*ONE though.
2.5 years. That's all we got.
I don't understand that.
Wasn't long enough.
I'll never understand it.
And even though we're saying our last farewells, we are and always will be one.
I just don't get it. Like, what is the point of the time length? Why does I don't understand the point of having the group exist for a certain amount of time. Like, why not have them be created to just exist and go on to do things? Like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, as even from a business standpoint, as a company, like, if this group is making you like hella cash, like, why wouldn't you want to keep them around? I feel like that just makes sense. I don't know. It just doesn't add up to me. Like, it is what it is, I guess. But one thing I am curious about is is there a reason why X1 ended up disbanding and IZ*ONE didn't? Like, I was waiting for there to be an explanation as to what allowed IZ*ONE to come out of their hiatus and continue promoting or continue doing things. but it didn't really say that. I think it just went straight into their next comeback and that it was like still really successful and whatnot. So I'd be curious to know what exactly, like, was there some type of investigation that led to X1's like departure in IZ*ONE still being able to continue? Still very interesting, but that is really, really messed up. Well, that the people involved in that whole manipulation, jacked up. So with this being called the last Produce group, is that because of the situation with the controversy? Are they no longer doing that show anymore? Like Produce 101, Produce whatever is like kaput? I also didn't realize how long ago this all took place. Like I didn't realize that they disbanded in 2021. And I don't know, I guess it just didn't occur to me that they were kind of hitting the pandemic as well. It all feels so recent to me, but maybe it's because I'm only just recently listening to their music, I guess. But it's really a shame that they had to like disband. I really just hate it. I just hate the term. I just do, but I can't change it. It is what it is. So yeah, I definitely want to check out, like I said, there was a guide that someone suggested, or a bunch of you suggested, that I do want to get into, and that'll definitely, I'm assuming, help me learn a bit more about who's who. Not necessarily much of their personalities. I feel like variety content is really the place for that. Definitely will be checking out a guide soon. Thanks so much for hanging out with me here, you guys. If you liked the video, leave a like and a comment and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if that's your thing, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.